Hello everyone, I am D. Naga Sudha, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of CSC at B.V. Raju Institute of Technology, Narsapur. Today, I am going to tell about a particular topic called Structure of a C language in the course of Computational Thinking and Programming. Before going into the topic, first we need to understand why we need a structure for a particular programming language. We need a structure for a particular programming language because it would be easy for a user to understand as well as also debug, that is error identifying would be easy. So we need to follow the structure. And for this, in a particular C programming language, we have 6 basic steps in order to follow the structure. The first step is documentation section. Documentation section is nothing but here we write a particular name for a program. Here, if you start writing a program line by line, we write a number of programs like that. But when we write number of programs, we should have a clarity that what program we are writing, what for we are writing it. For example, I am writing a program for addition of two numbers. If I write a name by specifying in the form of a comments, this is a particular program for the addition of two numbers. So, for that easy understanding of a particular program, we use the documentation section. In the documentation section, we follow comments. Here, we have two types of comments. The first one is single line comment and the second one is multiple line comment. Now, in the single line comment, we write a particular comment, that is the name of a program in single line. For writing that single line comment, we have to write it by starting with the 2 slashes. After this 2 slashes, we have to write the name of a program. This is the single line comment. When coming to multiple line comment, for example, if the name of the program is too much large, that is it is not able to fit in a single line, then we go into the second line. For that time we need to use this multiple line comment, and here it is written with the form of /*, write the name of a program, how many lines you want to write that name of a program, and end it with again star and slash. So these are the two ways in which we can write a particular comment to your program, that is single line and multiple line, and this comes under the documentation section. This is about the first step in the structure of a C program. Then next, coming to the second section, that is preprocessor section, it is also called as link section. What is the meaning of link section is, it is used for including the files which are needed for writing a particular program. Here including files means we must include the library files. Here the library files may be, for example, stdio.h, conio.h, string.h, math.h, like that we have number of library files. Depending upon the program we write, we make use of a particular library file. For example, the basic library file for writing a particular program is stdio.h. Here stdio meaning is standard input output. So whatever standard input and output files needed for a particular program is, basic case in a C language we use printf and scanf. Here scanf will act like an input function and printf will act like an output function. So these two files will come under stdio.h. For example, if you are using conio.h, that is console input output, in that we have the functions like clr scr, that is clear screen, and get ch for getting the character. Like that, for a particular library file we have different input and output files. Those all depend upon the programs we write. For example, if we consider the addition of two numbers, we need input and output files, that is giving the values for particular variables, and getting the output we use scanf and printf. So we include a library file called #include. Here we write the link section by writing the statement called #include > stdio.h. Like this we write the link section. It is also called as a preprocessor section. Next, Coming to the definition section. Here definition section is, it is a section where if we need to define a particular variable value, that time we use this section. For example, if you are finding the area of a particular circle formula, then the formula for a particular program is pi r square. Pi value is constant here. When such kind of values we need, we define them by writing a statement called hash define pi, that is pi and the value. That means this value is constant. In that depends upon the program we write. We use this particular definition section. Okay, next comes your global declaration. Here the meaning of global declaration is, generally we use it, whatever the variable we are going to use in a particular program, you want to fix that value throughout that program, and you want to use that variable throughout the program wherever you want. You can make that variable as a global and use that variable. The meaning of the best example for a global is like your mobile data and your Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi meaning is only within the particular region we access that particular network. It is nothing but here we call it as a local variable. When coming to mobile data, it would be along with you and you can use wherever you want. So this global declaration will act like your mobile data. That is about global declaration section. Next comes your main section. This is the main. By the name itself we can understand the C program execution will start from the main section. Whatever the content you want to execute in a particular program must be written inside the main section. So that is why the name here itself indicates that it is a main section. Here inside this main section we write the executable statements like printf, scanf, or whatever the statements you want to see it on the output screen. This is about the main section. The next, coming to the subprogram section, these are nothing but the functions. Generally the concept of functions, that is, here we write some code, but the general rule for a particular C programming language is whatever the content written inside the main function only will get executed. Whatever the data you write above the main and below to the main, they will not get executed. So now the subprogram section is below the main. Now how to execute that subprogram section is, we call that particular function name inside the main bracket, then the subprogram section will be executed. Later we will see them in the next videos. Okay, these are the 6 steps which we need to follow for a particular structure of a C program. The first section is documentation section, preprocess section, definition section, global declaration section, main section and subprogram section. These are the steps. Now let us see an example for the particular structure of a C program. Now as I said, documentation section, we write the particular name for a program. Since they have used here, you see in the first they have used single line comment for documentation, and the second they have used multiple line for multiple line comments, and here they have written a particular name of a program as sum.c. So this is about the documentation section. Next, coming to the link section, as I said, we are going to include the files, library files. So the stdio.h is a library file which consists of functions like printf and scanf. So for that, since we need these files for execution of a particular program, we are using this link section. Then coming to the definition section, as I said, we can fix the values, or here we'll have the constant values. That is, here we have defined x as a constant with the value 20. That means whatever the x value you are going to use in a program, that value is constant. That is, we have to use the value as 20 for x. This is about definition section. Next comes your global declaration section. That is, here they have declared the variable y as a global. That means we have to use this particular variable called y throughout the program. Wherever we want, we can use. Next comes your main section. As I told, that main section is the main part for executing a particular C program. Whatever the data written inside this main only will get executed. So it will start with the function called main, int main, and this void is nothing but a return type. Now we have declared the value of y as C. This is called as initialization. That means it indicates that I am using a variable of y with the data type of integer with the value 55. This integer will indicate that y is of integer data type. Now the value of y is 55. I am printing the value of sum, that is sum of y. Where is here y? What is the value of y? This is nothing but function calling. This function calling, you see, as I told, the functions can be written in the subprogram section which is outside the main. So this is the subprogram section. Now how to execute this function is, I have to use this name of a function inside the main bracket. So here this is the name of a function which is used here, that is inside the printf function, and this formula can be calculated here, that is written of y plus x. X value is in the global declaration section, we have used x value as 20 and the y value we have taken is 55. These both will be added and this value will be returned to the sum function, and the output will be 55 plus 20 is 75. This is how it gets executed. So finally, this is about the structure of a C program. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.